Hey, welcome back to my blog. Today we're going to do a fun thing here. This is not a peg that you drive a hammer with, you know, like that little toy you had as a kid. This is an actual Doug fir post, and we're going to talk about building a house out of these big timbers. This is Timbercraft Homes, and they do the mortise joints, and they put the pegs in, and they come in and they'll put up the frame of the house. We're going to give you a whole picture of the entire house. It's absolutely gorgeous. But this is a custom home being built for an individual, and they are pretty excited about it. And I've got Tom Townsend here today to kind of give us a tour of the home and what they're putting into it. One of the neat things is the floor. This is a radiant heat system, and we do have workers here today, so it might get a little bit on the loud side. But we do have a radiant floor system in here. And what happens is there's a kind of a antifreeze that goes through the lines here, and then that radiant heat comes up through the floors, and so you've got nice warm floors, helps to insulate the whole house as well. So we're going to take a tour down here and we'll go from there. All right, here's Tom. Tom is building the house, and I want Tom to tell you about the SIPS panel and the timber framing and anything else you want to talk to him about the house. So it's all yours.
We got interested in timber framing. People think of log houses and things, but there's actually a whole industry called timber framing. What it does is it uses these big posts and beams and so on. They're all mortise and tendon and held together, as you can see with some of the pictures, with oak pegs. That's how the structure is held together. It's very secure, very strong. They've been building houses like this for thousands of houses, barns. You see barns. And other structures for thousands of years. Basically, Timbercraft, they're out of Michigan, and I'm the area rep for them. We cut the timbers to the in their shop. This in the garage here is made out of Doug fir, and then they pre-fit it, disassemble it, put it on a truck, bring it here, put it together outside, and lift it up with a crane.
So they'll put it all together in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And then they bring it out here. And they have a crew that then will put it up, and then
send a crew of 4 guys, and basically, and I'll tell you about the house, and I'll tell you about SIP panels. The house was up, ready for windows in 14 days.
Oh my! And how many square feet?
The main footprint of the main house is about 2,000, with an upstairs 1,300, and then a pretty good sized garage.
All right.
So I wanted a big garage. So that's how it's all put together. I did Douglas fir in here, and I did oak out in the garage, a little more rustic out in the garage. The Doug fir in here is a little, you don't get as many big checks and cracks. But the nice thing about timber frame is it's very energy efficient when it's put together with SIP panels. And the structure is very strong and very sturdy. Again, one of these posts, one of these beams, the structure is called a bent. In here, that's about 6,000 pounds. In the garage, the oak's about 16,000 pounds.
Wow.
So pretty heavy.
Wow. Yeah.
SIP panels. This house, the ceiling in the great room and the ceiling in the garage are made out of SIP panels, and the walls, all the exterior walls, are made out of SIP panels. It's a structured insulated panel. So
it's the structure insulated panel is a piece of plywood with foam in the middle,
right,
and then plywood again.
Yeah, so it's OSB on both sides, with on the walls 4 inches of polyurethane, closed cell. My walls are R28.
Wow.
So there's no shrinkage.
You don't even get that in a 2x6 wall if you're doing custom framing.
Right. And it's true R28. You know, a 2x6 wall, the typical insulation will shrink over time.
Yeah.
This is very solid. It's structurally more solid than a frame house.
And you use the same thing on your ceiling?
Yeah, on the ceiling. The couple nice things about it: a little more expensive to get started, but there's no waste. It goes up really quick. The panels come in, they set them with a crane. Like I said, the whole structure was up and ready for windows.
So you have to give those guys your blueprints also, and then they will actually build the walls according to your blueprint.
Yes.
And then they'll come out, and it's like painting by numbers.
Right.
You just put the walls together.
Yeah, you have the deck on, and then they go around and put a little plate on, and then they set the big panel. They're jumbo panels, so they're 8 foot wide by 24 foot tall in some of them.
Wow.
And it goes pretty quick. They just all lock together.
Nice.
So there's no studs in the outside wall, so there's no insulation breaks. It's very tight, very efficient home.
Yeah, very efficient. And then with radiant heat, this is going to be very efficient. You got the big fireplace, and with the big fireplace, that's gonna heat this whole place up.
Right.
So your utility bills will be next to nothing. in
Well,
a
we're
sense.
hoping so. I have it's a geothermal radiant system.
Yep.
There's tubes in the basement floor, on the main floor here, and in the garage,
And on the front porch.
and on the front porch for
Yeah,
snow melt.
yeah,
I
nice,
also
nice.
added 8 wells out back, so it all circulates through. You use the geothermal, you use the earth to help you heat and cool.
Yeah, right. I've had a lot of you ask about a timber frame house. I've got one couple that I'm working with right now, so if anybody of you want to discuss this a little bit further and you want options, give me a call. We'll get together with Tom, and then we can figure out where you want to go and how you want to go and price it out and go from there. So
Yeah, be happy to show anybody the house anytime.
yeah, this is going to be part one. We're going to have a second part because I want to see the finished product. This is going to be a pretty awesome house to do a walkthrough. I notice your beams are all smudged up and everything. You're going to end up sanding those all down?
No,
and,
actually, these came
clean right up?
pre-stained.
Okay.
So all we had to do is do a little wipe down, clean up, and then
Yep.
put a coat of urethane on, and they'll be
Okay.
ready to go. Maybe
All
a little
right.
touch up here and there.
Yeah.
There's always some.
And then this main floor, you're going to have wood floor or
Yeah,
tile?
most of the whole great room kitchen area will be wood floor, mud rooms, tile, and the master bathroom is tile.
Okay.
The rest is wood
Okay.
down
All
here.
right.
And then a little bit of carpet upstairs and
Sure.
some other things, but.
And your grandkids are right down the road.
Oh yeah. One thing for the guy, make sure you get a shot of the man cave on the way out for the guys in the crowd.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Thanks for coming out, Bill.
And give us a call, 402-680-2500, or just go ahead and email me. So we'll talk to you later.